we had to create models and textures that lent themselves to this illustrative look that really helped to solidify it and didn't look like it was a rendering solution or a flip the switch, or something that was procedurally done. Given the history of the IP and the roots, the fact that it came from a graphic novel, started out as a comic book, it made more sense to try and do something that was more graphic, that was more in line with that. And because there was no other term out there, we invented a term and we're calling it graphic noir. Of course, we looked at Marc Silvestri's work because of his connection to the darkness. We also looked at artists like Jay Lee, who illustrated this image here, but also Tim Bradstreet, who did this image here. They have taken illustrative styles or illustrative techniques and done something different with them. A compressed tonal range is one of the tools that we use to get that illustrative look. And what that means really is that we've lit our scene in the way that all games do, with lights, and you get a smooth shading applied to the environments and to the characters. What we've done then is taken that and taken those values, those light values, and compressed them or crunched them down into 3 tones. We get a shadow tone, which is what you're seeing here and in his pants, and then we get a mid-tone, which is what you're seeing next to that, and then we get a highlight tone. And those tones are overlaid on top of the smooth shaded information and on top of the textures. And the two of those things combined give us something that is akin to what we saw earlier in that Tim Bradstreet image.
Jenny!
Jackie, don't let me go.
The other side of what we're trying to do is use color, vibrant colors, saturated colors, in a genre of game that is so typically post-apocalyptic and devoid of color. We really wanted to try and do something a little bit fresh for us and a little bit different, and put color back into the world. I'm using just photographic reference. The world tends to be really quite noisy and a little bit harder to read and to understand. And there's lots of games that have done a great job of using that style of art and making an immersive world. But we really wanted to simplify things a little bit and to fit within that graphic novel or the comic book realm where you're using solid color and shade and details tend to be hand-drawn, that type of thing. We really wanted to try and do the same thing with the art that we have in the game.